Okay, I'm going to have to move really fast on this, so I'm starting my stopwatch. You only have 5 to 10 minutes working time. This is the fast set resin. I put mica powders in. I'll tell you what I've used once I get it all done. I just want to work quickly. This is an experiment because I have never used fast set before and want to give it a try. And I don't want to push my luck on the time. I'm going to try to do a freeform bowl. So we're going to see how this goes. It's got a lot of bubbles and it's super thick. It's so different from medium viscosity resin, which is what I typically love to use. So we're going to see how this goes. I put some little crushed shells around the edge. I'm going to add this clear in to make sure I've got that covered. And I couldn't remember how much this mold holds as far as ounces, so this may be a tray and not a bowl. But we'll see. I want to leave just a little bit of clear to play with. And so I've got flaxen gold mica powder by Counterculture right here. Just want to make sure that's mixed really well. This is Bora Bora mica, and I just put a tiny bit in. I want it to be transparent but shimmery. So again, I'm working fast. I'm already at 2 minutes. So I'm going to put just a little bit of dispersion color in. This is Exuma. I wanted it transparent, but I don't know. This may not be transparent. We shall see. Okay, I'm going to leave that for a minute. This is the purple, I think. So I'm going to put some lavender. Dispersion color. It has some mica in it. So I'm just slightly stirring this just to get it going, and I'm going to come back to it. This is the green, which I don't have a green dispersion color. So I'm going to put a little yellow. This needs to be shaken. I'm at 333 right now. I feel like I'm running a marathon or something here. This makes me nervous. Okay, let's put a little of this turquoisey color in and see if we can create a green. Kind of got peacock colors inspired by these rocks. So that did make a little bit of a green. I think I want it a little deeper. I'm going to put a little bit of the blue sapphire to try to deepen it just a bit. This is intense color, so I don't need much at all. I'm going to try to just get a little bit on my stick there. I don't want that in the jar. Under pressure. Bum, ba, ba, dum, ba, da, dum, bum. Okay, let me get these stirred up. Put a little bit more yellow. That was a lot of yellow. This is not going to be transparent, I can tell you that right now, because these are very intense colors. But that made it green, so that'll work. Okay, I'm not even going to worry about getting it totally blended. I can feel it getting warm. I wish this was a little deeper. I put a little of the blue sapphire in here just to deepen it up just slightly. And that was too much. When you're in a hurry, you end up doing things you wish you hadn't done. And it mixes into the resin way different than medium viscosity resin. That made it very blue, but oh well. We'll go with it. That's really blue. That's really intense. 6 minutes. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this quite yet, but anyway. Let's just kind of do a variation. This is too much resin for this piece. Oh, I so wanted purple. So this is going to be a full tray. It's going to be hard to make this into a bowl. So this is just my first experience playing with the fast set. So you'll have to bear with me here. And then I'm just going to kind of randomly pour the clear. Just for the fun of it, I wanted to put metallic gold in. Can feel the heat on this from coming from this mold. So that's why they call it fast set, I'm sure. There is a smell, which I'm not used to with the medium viscosity resin. So that's just something to make a mental note about. And I noticed that it says that it's prone to amber more. So that means it's going to possibly yellow a bit quicker than typical UV resin. And so it recommends not doing a lot of clear colors as far as, you know, like having a clear background and that kind of thing. So maybe keep that in mind, that you do want to do kind of opaque colors. There's already a hard part right there going on. I can't even mess with that. So I'm not going to touch it. It's been 13 minutes and I'm going to stop on this right here. So first of all, I started with fast set, equal parts A and B. This is still heat resistant to 500. It's going to set up within an hour or two. And so if I wanted to make a bowl, I would need to get it before it's been 2 hours. I can see smoke coming from it. And since I haven't used this before, I'm going to keep an eye on this. The dispersion colors I used were Exuma, Lavender Fields. This is an intense color. The blue sapphire is very intense. And dispersion color is Thunderbolt on the yellow. And then for the micas, I used Counterculture Bora Bora in the turquoise color and Flaxen Gold for the metallic gold look. You don't see the mica in that. You really don't see it in the blue. The turquoise is kind of taken up by the other green and blue, so I'm not so sure you'll see any shimmer. It's definitely not going to be transparent. It's going to be opaque. It might have a little bit of transparency around the edge where the little These I just got from Amazon. They're just colored mica chips, you know, artificially colored. And I wanted the clear around there to actually help them show up a bit, so we'll see if they do show up. I'm going to keep my timer going so that I'll know when it's an hour, and then I'll come back and check it and see if I can manipulate it at all. Like I said, I'm not familiar with it, so we're going to see if I can do anything with it or not. That was about 16 ounces of resin. Of course, the chips take up some space. That's 2 ounces right there. So I only have 14 ounces in this large mold, and this is a 13-inch across mold. So it's good size, but I can feel the heat. And this is definitely one of those resins you want to use a mask with, or you want to have ventilation and an open source of air, which I do. I just don't have my mask on while I'm talking to you, but this is something you definitely want to keep an eye on as far as working with it, because it's such a fast reaction. And so therefore you know the chemicals are super strong. So I will be back in about an hour to check it and see if it's hard, if it's flexible, and if it is flexible, we'll make it into a ball. We'll be back. Okay, so it is flexible, and I can touch the surface, which you typically cannot do in 3 or 4 hours with medium viscosity. It might be a little bit tacky, but this is touchable, which is surprising. Okay, so I do not like that side, even though I love this part. It's a shame. It did not ruin my mold, I'm happy. And this is thick, but I am going to try to put it in the bowl and mold it. It's been 56 minutes since I finished mixing it. So whether I can get it to bend is a different story, because it is a good 1/4 inch thick or so. So the key with this is I'm going to have to weight it down. I'm going to use the foam plate so it doesn't leave any impression from whatever's sitting on top of it. So that's 1 gallon. That should be enough weight, and I think that'll give it enough to hold it. And I'll wait another hour or 2, and since it's fast set, it should be cured enough to be hard enough to take out, and we'll see. This might be one of those that would be pretty to paint something on, and this be the underside. So I think I'm going to save this for maybe a pretty pink flower or butterfly or something on the top side. So I'm just going to leave this there, and I will be back in an hour or so. It's been 1 hour since it's been mixed, and I'm going to wait a few more hours and come back and check it. So I'll be back. Okay. It's been 3 or 4 hours, and just coming to check on it. So it ended up being a shallow bowl, which I like, and that way you can kind of see the edges. And so I may put a coat of resin on top of it, and I don't know, I'd love to put some more of this on this side, so I'll think about that. And that might be a really good time to use the fast set for that. So there it is. So if I do that, I'll show that as well. I'll be back. Okay, so I've mixed up about almost 5 to 6 ounces of the fast set. I'm going to try to add some more shells around the top surface and a clear coat just to give it more shine, and hopefully it'll just kind of blend seamlessly. I also have this, and I want to put this bowl and mount it on here, but I've got to fill it up with something first because it doesn't have a ledge. So I'm going to first of all put some in here. I'm going to add some resin to these little rocks. I think I'm going to have to wait some more time before I actually do this, where it's thicker. I guess I shouldn't call them rocks. I guess they're, you know, chips of some sort. They have been dyed, colored. It's still wanting to move down, so I'm going to keep waiting. Turned hard. Okay, so that didn't work on that. Can't leave it in a small area. I can mix up a little bit more. Okay, so it's been 27 minutes. It's still movable. It's not set up, but that gave me a chance to kind of slide things back upwards on the curves here. And the weight of the shell, I'm sure, was what was, you know, making it go downwards. I mean, any resin is going to go downwards, but with this being so super tacky and thick, just trying to keep that weight from fully going down. But at least that puts some of these beautiful shell pieces on this side, which is what I wanted. And I have the idea in a few hours to come back and put a clear coat. And I'm thinking, you know, do I add a little more color to it, or do I just keep it clear? Because like there's no purple in here, so I may intermingle a little, but I like the gold showing up. I want the gold there for sure, because I'm gonna put this on the gold base. And so you can't put something in a little 2-ounce cup, because obviously it turns to stone immediately. Okay, so it's been a few hours and the bowl looks good. But I do want to do a clear coat and maybe add a little purple and aqua. So I've mixed up about 3.5 ounces or so of resin. So I'm going to just split it. Work fast, I don't want to screw myself up here. So there's some earrings, some little flowers, a Montero leaf, and this flower kind of thing. This is has set up. I added just a little bit more resin just on the top, but I'm going to let this still wait because I'm going to turn it over to apply that to this. Okay, it's not going to move, and that's that. Okay, so that's the final results that I'm going to get. I can't really change it because it sets up so quickly. It's still pretty. So we'll be back to do the bottom part. So I think I'm finished, and I think I like it, even though it's very different. It's a bowl and a candlestick holder, and I will show pictures of it outside and in a pretty place. So yeah, I attached that to the bottom with the resin and stuck some more of the stones just to kind of cover around this green area, so it shows a little bit from underneath. But a bowl on a pedestal. And I would say this is, you could put fruit in it, cupcakes, candies, or just make it a purely decorative piece. It would be beautiful that way. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please check out all the links below the video. Make sure to come join the Facebook group that Heather Mader and I started, Art Healing Hearts Auctions, and register for our newsletter at www.arthealingheartsauctions.com. We've got lots of fun auctions coming up this year, different artists. We're super excited about this new venture together. I used Counterculture Fast Set resin, which works very quickly, so you can check it out. The link for Counterculture is below, and the beautiful pigments, the mermaid mica powder that I used in the final part. I did put some white sparkle in the purple. Yeah, the fast set works really fast, and it seals and makes things bond, so it's great. So I'm pleased with it, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.